Welcome to the GCNTech show. Coming up this week, we've got Tom Pidcock's new bike, news of fake bike parts, a race series with equal equipment for everybody, and I've got a little surprise for you underneath the desk.
And our main talking point this week is going to be what would it take to get the KOM on Sa Calobra, one of the most contested climb segments in all of the world.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
No poll this week, so straight on to our main talking point, which is, what would it take to set the fastest time up Sa Calobra and take the King of the Mountains?
Yeah, so for those of you who are unfamiliar, Sa Calobra is the most famous climb on the island of Mallorca. It's pretty much the perfect climb for a cyclist. It's 9.6 kilometers long with an average gradient just over 7%. And it just has this Scalextric-esque road that just snakes through the mountains, even goes back under itself at one point, and then just down to the sea. It's absolutely stunning.
It's beautiful, but it's never been in a race. That's because to climb up it, you've got to just descend all the way down. Now, pretty much anyone who's anyone has ridden it, including loads of the top pros as well.
It's also a climb that we ride in our GCN Mallorca event.
Oh, nice. Now, before we get on to how you could go about setting the fastest time, much of what we're going to break down could be relevant to everyone at home too, because it could help you try and set a new PB.
Yeah, it's not just for the fastest riders. Good point. So hit us with some stats.
Yeah, so the current King of the Mountains is held by Ed Laverack with a time of 24 minutes and 36 seconds. Get this right, averaging 378 watts. It's a seriously impressive ride over a very hotly contested climb.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it?
It's nice.
The QOM, though, is equally impressive. So that's currently held by Illi Gardner, who took it very recently, actually, just after she won the British National Hill Climb Champs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, which she actually absolutely decimated the field at the Hill Climb
What are her
Champs.
sort of stats?
Well, she's done it in 29:09 and an average power of 264 watts.
So that means she was quicker than you up the climb.
Yeah.
And, well, a lot quicker than me. But what would it take to beat these times and go even faster? Well, we've got some great insights at this, thanks to our friends at mywindsock.com, who've done some great analysis for us. And the first thing we're going to discuss, weather conditions.
Yeah, weather plays a huge part. And My Windsock has run simulations for every single day of 2022.
What?
At 8:14 a.m. because that's the time that Ed Laverack set the fastest time on Sa Calobra.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it turns out that Ed had a pretty good day, but he didn't have the best weather conditions as they occurred on the 14th of September, 2022. Had he gone and ridden up Sa Calobra on that day, he would have been 25 seconds quicker for the same effort.
That's crazy. Conversely, the slowest day is actually March the 21st. So had Ed or Illy tried on that day, they probably wouldn't have got the fastest time. That's down to a combination of wind speed, wind direction, and air density.
Yeah, but that was in the past. What about going forwards to try and set a faster time? Well, statistically, the best weather conditions are most likely to occur in mid-August around midday. So that is when we should all go and, try and set our PBs on Sa Calobra.
But Sa Calobra can get quite busy during that time, and it's not unheard of to get held up by a car or a coach when you're going up the hill. And even though later in the day might be faster, there's more chance of getting held up by cars or coaches then. And you've also got to take into account that although riding in hot air makes you faster, the heat could have a negative impact on athlete performance.
Yeah, good point, actually. Probably why KOM attempts are often done earlier in the morning.
It's probably the only reason why I didn't get the KOM.
Me too.
Could be no other reason.
So what about watts? The power required to do the fastest ever time? Well, at 60 kilograms, Ed's watts per kilo was 6.3.
6.3!
I mean, that's massive,
What?
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right up there with, the world's, best pros and performances.
So in the simplest of terms, if you want to get the fastest time up Sa Calobra, you're going to have to do more than that.
Well, yes, but it's not that simple because at the speeds that the fastest riders would be going up Sa Calobra, aero really does start to become very significant.
We've got some really good insights here. So general rules of thumb for riding up Sa Calobra at give or take around 6 watts per kilo. A saving of 1 watt equates to a saving of 3 seconds. A saving of 1 kilogram in weight equals a saving of 13 seconds. And a reduction in CDA of 0.010 will save you about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So some quite significant numbers there.
Yeah, but and a key thing to this is that Ed is pretty aero as a climber, right? He's able to get the power out seated and climb seated. And that is absolutely crucial, because had he ridden Sa Calobra out of the saddle, he wouldn't have got the KOM. And that's because your CDA is higher. So as a rule of thumb, you would say that being out of the saddle versus seated is worth 0.07 additional CDA. And that would equate to 34 seconds slower up Sa Calobra, or 11.5 watts.
That is interesting, because we've seen here that 5 watts is worth more than a kilogram. So 5 watts is actually worth around 15 seconds. And a kilo, just 13 seconds, which kind of marries up in line with the video that we've done previously about this.
How much difference does 5 watts make on a climb? But going back to seated versus standing, it's not super clear cut. And this, for me, is where it gets really, really interesting. Because Ben at My Windsock has produced this useful chart which shows the comparison between seated versus standing. And it shows that at certain points on the course, riding up Sa Calobra, you can actually gain time in the right conditions by being out of the saddle.
You can gain time by standing and being less aero.
Yeah, this is meant. This is because Sa Calobra is quite a unique situation in that it's very twisty. It goes back on itself a lot. So there's always times when you've got headwind and tailwind. Okay?
Yeah.
Certain parts of the course you've got headwind, certain parts you've got headwind. Now, if the wind is sufficient, so it's not a still day, which it often isn't, then when you've got a tailwind, particularly on slower parts of the course, where it's steeper, where you're going slower, being out of the saddle can actually be benefit, because you're getting a bit more of a push from the wind.
That's crazy. That's like next level optimization.
Well, yeah, it is. If you were to then use that data to then optimize your ride to say, well, at this point, I'm going to be seated, and at this point, I'm deliberately going to be out the saddle to gain a few more seconds.
So not only could you improve your own time, you could use it as a tool to try and improve your time to beat some of your friends with science and maths.
Yeah.
As interesting as all this is, the in-depth analysis, I absolutely love it. But it kind of got me thinking, right? Do you reckon by using this extra knowledge, do you think Andrew Feather could take the King of the Mountains? Do you think he could do it?
Oh, do you know, right. I mean, this is, so, Feather can do more power than Ed Laverack.
He's heavier.
But he's a bit heavier.
Yeah.
And he climbs out of the saddle.
Not great for a long climb, is it, that?
At 7%, no.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going 23 kilometers an hour average. So he's out the saddle, so that's going to slow him down quite a bit. So he's going to have to do quite a bit more power, you know? So,
well, there's only one thing for it. If everyone at home wants to see Andrew Feather ride up Mallorca, we'll take him there. You've just, what's everyone going to have to do in order to convince us to do it?
Well, right. Okay, so we did this before with the steepest climb, and we said we'd take Andrew Feather on the steepest climb if we got 10,000 likes. So we'll do that again. If this video gets 10,000 likes, that's enough for us to be convinced. We will take Andrew Feather to Sa Calobra and see if he can get the K1.
We won't fly in first class, so it'll have to be like EasyJet, won't it?
Right.
Go, we've got 100,000 likes for first class.
Right.
Oh no. Maybe, should we go as well, see how long we last before we both get dropped?
We'll try and hold on to the back of it.
Yeah, just hold on to the seat face.
How long do you reckon you hold on?
Couple minutes. Not very long. Maybe the flatter section.
I reckon I get 5 minutes.
I think I've got most chance on the shallower gradients than the first couple of kilometres. I think you might be better off waiting at the top somewhere to help.
Well,
yeah, interesting.
That'd be fun.
Click on the like button if you want to get us all to Mallorca. See what we got for the King of the Mountains.
And let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.
God, I'm buzzing for this. It's now time for Hot and Spicy Tech. First up this week is Tom Pidcock's brand new cyclocross bike, right? This thing is incredible. Actually, before we get there, I forgot all about that little surprise I had on the desk for you.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. It's smaller than I expected, but that is really cool.
It's 3D printed titanium head unit mount.
For the Pinarello F?
Yeah. Well,
made by Tom Sturdy?
Yeah, well, I got a second one made for you.
That's so cool.
My GCNTech buddy.
Well, if you want to find out how this was made, Alex has done a video.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I'd be really happy if more people watched it. Not that many people watched it, but it was a really interesting video.
Well, That's going straight on my bike. Anyway, Tom Pidcock's Crossista F.
Yes, this thing is a work of art. The paintwork is incredible. We've got this gloss white design, and then the logos have all got a chrome effect on them. So they're either like gold, chrome blue with the Ineos logos, and on the top tube, we've got the slogan, play your cards right.
Yeah, it's little like cards. Yeah.
It's an absolute work of art. So the bike is built up with the new 9200 Dura Ace, so 12 speed. We've got Shimano C36 wheels, 33mm tubular tyres. Great to see those. One of the few bits of cycling where tubular tyres
still advantageous.
Yeah, still advantageous. I really like the bike, and I think it's fair to say it far exceeds what most people have as their road bike.
Yeah, and it's a cross bike.
But I mean,
and he has more than one because you have to swap them in the pits.
Probably has 3 or 4.
Yeah,
being world champ, you kind of deserve it though.
So I watched. So we have the Cyclocross World Cup races on GCN Plus.
Yeah,
territory restrictions do apply. And I was watching Pidcock in action on Sunday. Amazing. So he had an issue at the start of the race and got dropped and was like, I don't know, like 36th place, and he was like, I don't know, 25 seconds down after lap 1. He then just did this incredible, like, sort of Michael Schumacher performance where he just like ripped all the way through the field, caught up with the leaders, got in the lead, and then he would have won. On the second last lap, he came down, but amazing. It was like an amazing display of like bike handling skill and just pure raw like fitness and talent. But like the bike handling on display is amazing to see. But if you want to watch more of the sort of World Cup cross action.
Yeah, I've got it out this weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend, 26th of November, is Kortrijk and then Hulst on the 27th. So it's on GCN Plus, but it's proper cool to watch. It's nice because it's just like an hour long. It's like,
it doesn't take up your whole Sunday.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like
get your bike right in first. And next up in hot tech, we've got some clothing tech from the Track Champions League, right? So that's the track race series that's on at the moment, and they've taken a step to try and level the playing field ever so slightly in terms of the equipment everyone's got. So everyone in the series is using the same clothing. They've got the same skin suits, they just printed up with different like team sponsors and logos on. So this is a really cool bit of tech, I think, to give, well, like I said, level the playing field between all the different riders.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we've spoken about before, and I think, it's a cool move. It's a nice platform to see that, and then we all using the same clothing, because it makes such a big difference.
Manon actually has made a really interesting video all about this, where she was out in Mallorca at the Track Champions League, seeing all the clothing, which is provided by Santini, who is the official partner of the Track Champions League series.
Nice. A quick bit of important housekeeping tech.
Oh, I like it, yeah. Right, so unfortunately, the world of counterfeit parts does exist, and we actually had an email from FSA and Vision, so I'll just share some information with you. They say, recently they've noticed an increase in websites and e-commerce sites that are falsely and deliberately referring to FSA and Vision without authorization. And they kind of just want to remind everybody that the official company websites are, well, I'll put those up on screen now, and the other sites using their brands, logos are considered to be unofficial, and that you should only buy their products through their official distributors, authorised retailers, or through our corporate sites, which we've just listed out.
Yeah, naughty people do. Counterfeit things. Speaking of which, we often get comments under videos. This is happening on all YouTube channels I see at the moment, not just us. But like these things where you say you've won a competition, it's like, we don't comment that in the comments section.
No.
So just ignore those.
Don't WhatsApp any obscure numbers. Be like, oh, hey, I've won the competition. Trust us, it's not real.
Yeah. But final bit of hot tech this week.
Yes.
We've got a custom painted bike.
Oh yeah, what, the one I did ages ago?
No.
Oh, a better one. So this is a bike from Adam Blythe. It's a work of art done by Fat Creations.
Yeah, it's
your good friends.
It's covered in gold leaf, and Ali at Fat Creations done a phenomenal job. Like, it looks exquisite.
I hate to think of the amount of hours and work that's gone into that. Having done a sort of homemade half attempt myself, it's not easy.
Yeah, well, all I want to say is that the finish and what Ali has done is phenomenal.
Yeah.
However,
the
head tube on that bike,
not so sure on that.
I mean, the most important thing is that Adam likes it. Adam seems to be really happy. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's like a nice dolphin. It's like a dolphin nose bit added on the front.
A beluga whale.
I gotta say,
Adam likes it, and that's the most important.
Yeah,
it's a nice.
It's a nice from me as well. Yeah, more hot tech next week. It's now time for comments of the week. And
Oh, we need to do a jingle.
you want to do the jingle this week?
I'll sing a jingle, but can we get the editor to put some drum and bass around it to make it sound cooler? Because I'm worried I don't sound very cool.
Drum and bass makes everything cool.
Okay.
That was really good, mate. Well done. I like it. So first up this week is, well, it's a comment from underneath last week's show. It's from Adam, and he says, Alex's cackle at 23 minutes and 16 seconds is gold. Let's have that one on repeat. Cue the clip. On repeat. So we love picking them out, especially slightly obscure, weird ones like the last comment.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Apparently it was good. That really did it for them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Deadly Nightshade says, please give Ollie a bottle of beer before the bike vault so that he'll be less picky.
You're not picky. You just like to stick to the rules, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not one for straying off path. And then underneath our gravel tyres video, we've got a comment from Richard Harris. Do you want to read this out?
Yes, I hope Alex's wife didn't hear him say that he's going for some hot toddy. I guess he meant hot toddy, but would she believe that? I actually meant hot chocky.
That's me, yeah. I did mean hot chocky. Yeah, that was it. So, I mean, we were cold and tired, so I've looked up, right? Hot toddy is something completely different to what I was looking at. I actually looked up on Urban
Did
Dictionary.
you not know what hot toddy was?
Evidently not. Apparently it's a sexually attractive male or female, and that is not what I was looking for after a day of freezing cold filming. I can assure you of that. But hot chocolate went down lovely
Does
afterwards.
Chloe know about this?
Yeah, I told her earlier. She actually found it hilariously funny. Yeah, because she knows me as well as anybody and know that, trust me, I'd be far more interested in a hot chocolate. Yeah, there you go. Also, underneath that video, we had loads of people commenting saying that they really want to see a gravel bike with two sets of wheels, so gravel wheels and road wheels, and they want us to make that video. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do.
We listen to you guys.
We're always listening.
So
Keep
there
your
we
eyes
go.
peeled. Keep your eyes peeled in the coming weeks is all I'll say.
And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss it.
Oh, that was seamless.
I know, good one.
Incredible.
Right, bike vault. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get the bell.
You got the bell?
I've got the bell. Actually, before we dive into the bike vault this week, last week, whilst you weren't here, we had a user submit a picture of their bike and it was literally snapped in half where they'd had an accident. I felt really, it was heartwarming. So I want to know they're all right. Now, I said I'd give them a free water bottle. I couldn't have a way of getting in contact with them. So if you're watching the show this week, user T-Wang, then get in contact with us on either Instagram or Facebook or email hello@playsportsnetwork.com.
Yes.
And we'll get a bottle sent out to you.
And just one other thing, Mr. Wang, if you don't reply to a comment in the comment section from someone pretending to be us, that's not going to be us.
Yeah, just contact us directly.
Yes.
And we'll sort of figure the technicalities out.
Yeah.
Anyway, the most super nice bike from last week is from Morgan Brissiger. Yeah?
I
think
go
so.
with it. Roll with it.
So this is a Villia Rave.
I like that.
I like this.
Wonky ankle, cropped out, not properly in the frame.
Yeah.
What's going on with the sofa? Weird. It's just a great bike, but just no.
Yeah, it's just going to be a nice for me.
Yeah. That's the most super liked.
It's the most super nice bike.
What's wrong with you people?
The only thing I can suggest is that everyone that's watching the show gets the GCN app and then signs in and then votes on all of the bikes so that we only have genuine super nices as the most super nice bike.
Right, next up, Jonathan.
Yeah, what's Jonathan got?
The original.
Giant Contend SL1 disc.
He's in certificate. Right.
Aptly titled Bike Against the Wall.
He's out on a training ride. There you go.
I thought Jonathan was in it then.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Jonathan?
I mean, it's
quite hard to see the bike in great detail.
It's very small in the frame, isn't it?
Well, the valves are aligned because I can tell by the stickers on the
Do you
wheels.
know what? It's small in the frame, but I think we can go. It's got a super nice.
Super nice.
There you go.
I hope we're not offending people with our poor accents.
It's not a poor accent. That's absolutely brilliant.
There you go. Well, we're happy then. Next one is from Daniel with, what bike is this?
It is a Marioni Payuma Custom Geometry from 2018. What do you make of that?
I like that.
I like it as well.
Beautiful image.
Yeah.
Really like that. Shame instead of a shadow stand, they've got their bike helmet.
And he's not in biggie smalls.
No.
Do you know what? I think
I think I could let that slide.
I can let this one slide.
Superniced it is.
Neil is next. The original Neil.
With a Ridley Helium SLX pure line.
Ooh. He's from Edinburgh.
We do accents for every single bike vault submission. We have to pick out some different locations.
Right, here we go.
I like this. I really like the colour. Would you say lime green?
I'm into it. I like
Yeah.
the depth of field.
Remember when
good.
you could get the pedals in those different colours as well?
The lime green speed plates were liquid gas, Sagan, back in the day.
That's going back in the day. Super nice.
Yeah.
Easy.
Next we've got the original Lee.
How come all the usernames are
All
super
the
easy
originals.
this week?
Yeah, with a Gemini, and he's in Padstow in Cornwall.
Lovely little seaside town.
Yes, is that a Pashley? No, what is that? No, it's a Gemini.
So yeah, it's a Gemini. I'm not familiar with that, but 100%. Super nice. Right, and then final submission from this week is 3 bike vaults in one. This is from Dennis, or user 22220. So they've been trying to get onto the bike vault for so long. They've gone through 3 iterations of bikes, and I've got all 3 of them here for you. I've gone into the
Persistence is key.
I've gone into the bike vault archive to get these. So original bike is this Fuji
With his aero bottles on.
Aero bottles from 2019.
Right.
What do we make of this?
Well, he's got better as he goes on, because, I mean, the aero bottles, meh. It's not in Biggie Big, but he has got gold chain on there. But then he's upgraded the bike and improved it a bit, and he's gone Biggie Smalls. And
The upgraded bike, I think, is super nice.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah.
He's done better there. But then
The wait has been so long that they've upgraded to a
but then he's
completely
got a
new
new
bike.
He's brand loyal. Got another Fuji.
Another Fuji.
What do you
Transonic 1.1.
What do you make of that one?
Let's look at the latest bike. Oh, I think this latest one is incredible.
He loves his
Stealthy.
gold chains. This lad.
Gold chain. Yeah,
Loves
boy.
them. I really like that one. I think that's really good.
New Dura Ace.
Ooh.
New shiny boy wheels.
Not
new shiny boy
quite in
tyres.
Biggie Smalls, but he's Biggie
Close enough.
Smallish.
Biggie smallish.
It's a super nice.
It's a super. Is that
super nice?
nearly a clean sweep of super nices?
No, there wasn't. The first,
Really?
the most super
Oh.
nice bike last
Yeah.
week was not super nice.
Just lost my mind in the
Maniacs.
Maniac. Right, that wraps up this week's GCN Tech Show. I've had an incredible time. Have you had an incredible time?
Yeah, and remember to give us a thumbs up if you want to see us take Feather to Sa Calobra.
Wow, yeah.
See if he can get the KOM. I don't know if he can. I want to see him try it though.
Well, I reckon he can do it. He'll do it for everyone at home. Right, we're out of here. See you later.